Okay, 5 things not to do before you run. So it's easy for us as humans to spot problems and not spot solutions. So if you kind of re-engineer this and think about a good schedule, what that looks like, what does that not include? And so in addition to that, what you're training towards now, what you're kind of getting your body ready for on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly basis is your key objective, your key race, the challenge that you're preparing for right now. So you want to get your body into habits, into good habits, so that once race day comes, there are no surprises there. You're ready, you're ready to go, you're thinking about that, and you're basically setting the target and then working back from it. So as soon as I wake up, I'm hydrating. So I'm drinking lots of water. I drink about 1 liter of water before I run in the morning. Then I have a coffee, and then my body feels as if it's ready. You're gonna get dehydrated overnight. So the number one thing is don't run dehydrated. A lot of people just get up and go. You have to hydrate along the way. You don't want your muscles not to be hydrated and working to their maximum when you're out there running and you're putting your body, even on an easy run, you want your body to be working optimally. Number one, don't run dehydrated. Then I have a coffee, and then you're in your morning routine, and you want this to become very, very second nature. So I'll have my water, my coffee, and then I'll have a bathroom break, and then I'm ready to leave the house. So get yourself into that routine so that you're ready to take a bathroom break before you leave the house. And so on race day, the amount of people that enter their first race, the first 10K, the half marathon, especially if it's a city marathon, there's lots of people, then you're gonna be waiting 30, 45 minutes in those kind of pens in the queues in order to start your race. The amount of people who then need to go to the bathroom and haven't gone through their cycle is crazy. And that's gonna affect you kind of physically, especially if you need to hold it in, and it's gonna affect you mentally because you think, everything's gone out the window, I'm not gonna be able to achieve my objectives. Don't fall foul to that, pardon the pun. And then with that comes, as I've told you before, 80% of my running is easy running. Like any good athlete, 80% of their running is easy running. Key sessions, Wednesday midweek interval session, Sunday weekend long run. Simple as that. So 80% of my running is fasted. So without food, I'm just leaving the house and going. But for those of you that do need to eat something or do feel the need to eat, or you're running later on in the day, don't eat too much before you go out and run, because obviously you're going to have stomach problems, and don't eat too soon before you run, because again you're going to have stomach problems. So factor that in and get used to what your kind of little meal is, or your the meal that gives you enough energy, settles your stomach, and figure out how soon before the race you need to eat that. Or before your run, you need to eat that, so that when it comes to race day, you know exactly what to do, and there's no surprises. Don't eat anything on race day that's different to what you usually eat. So get into that. For me, before a midweek interval session and a weekend long run, it's 5 bananas blended in water, and I have that an hour before I go. So fruit metabolizes, digests really, really quickly. You get the energy from it. There's the potassium in the bananas, and then I'm good to go. It's that simple. And that's done an hour before. There's no surprises, and I make sure, if I'm staying in a hotel, if it's a race away from home, I'm staying in a hotel, I'll make sure that they've got a blender. If not, I'll take my own, and then you can source bananas wherever you can. So think about that kind of thing as well. If you like oats, like it's gonna take 2.5, 3 hours to digest oats before your race. So if you want to get up that early before the race, no problem. But make sure you take your oats as well, because it might be that you're in a place and there's no oats, so there's no place to cook them, etc., etc. So don't eat too much before you go out and running, and don't eat too soon as well. get yourself into that routine. So I've hydrated, I've had coffee, you've eaten something if that's what you do, and then you use the bathroom, because on race day, you don't want that to mess yourself up, yeah? Next step is listen to your body. So I'm about to go out for an easy run now. I'm ready to leave the house. I'm gonna walk for the first 500 meters. And that's just basically a check on the go. Like, are my feet feeling good? Is my body kind of relaxed? Are my quads a little bit sore from the session before? Hamstrings, they feeling all right? Lower back's all right? Arms, yeah, back is okay, great. I'm good to go. And so it's literally 500 meters walking. That's like an MOT check. It's a check on the body the same way as if you're driving a car. And then I'll start running super slow. So that might be 6-7 minutes per kilometer, but it's just checking. Is everything all right? It's not gonna be that day injures you. It will be the hard training session before, where your body is still recovering from, that you've picked up something and it's still not fully recovered yet. So just do a check on the go. And then if you listen to your body, then you're going to be good to either do that recovery run, do that easy run, or just go for a walk and just put that easy run back a day. Really simple. So number 4, don't not listen to your body. Number 5, I will, as I say, walk for 5 minutes, go into an easy run where I'll run really slow for about a kilometer, and then I'll set off on my easy run. So it's listening to the body, and that comes from my own personal experiences of getting that wrong. And I've learnt the hard way by kind of just setting off a little bit too quickly, thinking it's just an easy run, it's not too quick anyway. And then something's happened from previous runs, from previous hard runs, and I get a niggle and that turns into something else, and then I miss training, and that alters my consistency. And the name of the game is always consistency. So start really easy, and then after I've run that very slow kilometer, before my easy run, I'll dynamic stretch. Don't static stretch on muscles that are not warm. So if you're kind of like, you get straight out the door, you start to stretch cold muscles, again, it's a problem, and you can run into issues there where you're pulling muscles just for the fact that they're not, especially on a cold day in the UK or the US, you don't want to be doing that, and you don't want to be static stretching cold muscles. So number 1, hydrate. Don't run dehydrated. Number 2, don't eat too much and don't eat too soon before you run. Number 3, get into that routine where you're doing those things, you're hydrating, then you're eating if that's what you do, and then you've got your bathroom routine. Number 4, don't not listen to your body. And number 5, take it really easy. Walk initially, listen to your body, but then don't static stretch cold muscles. Go easy, walk, really easy running to begin with. Dynamic stretching. I love leg swings. They are gonna kind of activate your glutes. They're gonna get your hip flexors open, and then you're good to go. So it's all about feeling good and getting into that routine, so that once it gets to race day, nothing's a surprise. Everything you've practiced, you've done before, and it's just part of your routine.